Today I'm trying a vintage recipe for Mardi Gras macaroni and cheese. Now this vintage ad for carnation milk is undated. However, it does give us a really good clue as to when this ad would have appeared in a vintage magazine. At the very bottom of the ad, it says, enjoy 2 great shows on TV, Burns and Allen, CBS TV, Stars Over Hollywood, CBS every Saturday. So all I had to do was look up Burns and Allen, check and see how long it ran, when it started, when it ended on TV, and it was from, I think, 1951 to 1958. We know that this vintage ad appeared at some point during that time. There are a lot of clues that books and ads like this can give us. I've always mentioned the product packaging, what that looks like. In this case, mentioning a TV show or something that was going on during the time. And then of course, the look of the ad itself. Another surprising thing about this carnation milk ad, Mary Blake is nowhere to be found. She is not mentioned. She does not sign her name. Her photograph does not appear. Not sure why. I mean, Mary Blake was in full swing by the 50s, but I don't know. So this is basically a very easy macaroni and cheese that starts on the stovetop, and then you kind of doctor it up, gussy it up with a few things, and then you put it in a casserole and bake it in the oven. It sounds absolutely delicious. It sounds a little bit decadent, which is something that you would have on Mardi Gras, but it also sounds like a dish that you can have during Lent, which is coming up very soon. So the first ingredient is a large can of evaporated milk. I'm gonna use the whole can, so that means I'm gonna open the entire top with a can opener. And of course, we gotta shake it well because it says to do that. In addition to my evaporated milk, I have half a teaspoon of salt. Put some heat under that. So once the evaporated milk is heated through, here she is again, 8 ounces of processed cheese. Ooh, she doesn't wanna come out of here. Get out, face your fate. Now I just let that melt. This recipe says it would also be perfect for use over toast, in casseroles, over vegetables, that kind of thing, and that you can actually make it a little bit lighter if you add less cheese. I love cheese. I'm gonna add the full amount. Ooh, it is getting like very velvety looking in here. So next comes a teaspoon of dry mustard. The mustard seems to kind of be clumping a little, so let's break that up. A tablespoon of steak sauce. I'm just using a 1 because it's what we have, so I don't know if it's supposed to be a specific one that goes in here. 1 tablespoon. Can't say that I've made mac and cheese with steak sauce before. What else happens in here? Because it's happening fast, folks. Also need to add a 1/4 cup of green pepper. And I'm gonna turn the heat off here because it's all melted. It doesn't really need to be cooked more. And then also a 1/4 cup of pimento. I love using pimento in recipes. Let's give that a good stir. Oh, it kind of looks pretty, doesn't it? It looks a little bit like queso right now. And one of the variations is that you can add tomatoes to this, diced tomatoes in place of the pimento and green pepper. I think I would like it in addition to the pimento and green pepper. 4 cups of cooked macaroni here. And then I cooked it in advance, so it's sticking together a little. I know that that's not great for the camera. Let's try to do it this way. Oh. Lost a few. I ended up cooking this to pretty al dente because I know that this is gonna go in the oven and be baked for a little while. Let's stir that together. The original recipe says you're supposed to pour the cheese sauce over the macaroni and peppers and pimento. That would sort of require me to dirty another dish. So I'm just doing it in the pan. I mean, I'm all about saving on dirty dishes. Oh, it smells so good. And it looks nice too. It's got like nice color to it. So now we're gonna pour our mixture into a 2-quart casserole dish. I have a butterfly gold dish here today, and that is supposed to be buttered. Yeah, so we're gonna pour some of that in there. But I am gonna do it the other way now because it's much safer for me. All right, look at that. That didn't take long at all. Here's what we got so far. And this goes into a 350-degree oven for 25 to 30 minutes. Right out of the oven. Still hot, a little bubbly. Dish a little bit of that up. Ooh, still creamy, very creamy. So I have a little bit of that in a bowl. It is steaming. I don't know if you can see that on camera. Still gonna attempt to give it a taste. Might be a little hot. It's pretty good. I definitely have some thoughts though. I did try a spoonful of this before I popped it into the oven just to see if you could make this just on the stovetop because everything was cooked and it tasted good, but I think baking it improves it a lot. Some of the cheese kind of comes to the top of the casserole dish and makes a little bit of a crust. You can really taste the steak sauce in there, and I'm still a little bit unsure about it. I like steak sauce, it's fine. but it definitely makes for a flavor that I think some people would be puzzled about, I guess. I'm not sure if you gave this to someone and didn't tell them about the steak sauce, like what they would think about it. The baking actually did mellow that flavor a little bit. It was much more prominent in the spoonful that I tried right from the stovetop. Overall, I would say this is good. The cheese sauce by itself, with just like the carnation milk, the Velveeta, the mustard, and the salt, that is also very good. You could use that, like the ad said, in a lot of ways. And it's always good to keep a little bit of evaporated milk in your pantry anyway, for just such an occasion. Would I make this again? I think I would make the cheese sauce and the macaroni like mixed together again. I like the pimento and the pepper and stuff. Maybe a little unsure about that steak sauce, but it tastes pretty good. It's actually growing on me a little bit after I take a couple bites. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good one. If you love recipes from vintage ads like I do, I have an entire playlist and I will link it in the description down below. I'm still holding this fork. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to see what else I'm up to, you can check me out on Instagram or Facebook. Links to both of those are in the description down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.